elected first in 2018 to the New York Senate, the first Iranian American to be elected representing the 7th District, and also the first former political refugee to serve the New York State Senate. Always a supporter of our Indian Malayali community. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a very warm welcome to Honorable Senator Anna Kaplan.
Good evening, everybody. I want to first of all thank, really, the President and all of the past presidents for putting this wonderful event together and for their kind invite to me. I'm always blessed to be invited to all of the Malayali community events and celebration. With my gratitude to all of you, I want to wish you lots of joy on your 50th year Jubilee celebration. And I'm proud to have been serving the constituents of District 7 and also be a colleague with my colleague, Senator Kevin Thomas. We both joined the New York State Senate in 2019. We're proud to represent you. We hope that you know we have your back, and our goal is to make sure your voices are being heard in the hallways of Albany, and that we have your best interest, and we'll look forward to doing it for another 2 years. Thank you, with my best wishes. God bless you, and God bless this wonderful country we all call home, United States of America. Thank you.
Guest, Honorable Alphonse Joseph Kannanthanam, was a brilliant, bold, and powerful Indian service servant. We are so privileged to share the stage here with you. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, a wide big round of applause to our honorable chief guest.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everybody. Honorable Senator Anna Kaplan, Honorable Senator Kevin Thomas, County Vice Chair Annie Paul, Executive Officer of the County Bruce Blakeman, Father Nobi, Father John, Honorable, I've seen a sister there, Honorable Sister, Office Bearers of Malayali SAMAJAM, President Mr. Paul Joseph, Chairman Shaju Sam, Vice President C.B. David, Secretary Mary Phillip, Treasurer Shaji Joseph, and of course the founder, Professor Joseph, my good friend Paul Karigapalil, with whom I worked in Delhi recently. And ladies and gentlemen, it's great to be here. I didn't know I was going to be a substitute for Shashi Tharoor, otherwise I wouldn't have come, because I'm not able to kind of cope up with the kind of Tharoorism which only Tharoor is capable, because Tharoor is a global thesaurus for the whole world. Actually, he's a very close friend of mine, very charming person, extremely charming person. And I wished him before the elections that I hope you win. Of course, I knew he had zero chance of winning, but I wished him that hopefully you win, because that would have possibly brought about some changes in a party which can never ever change, of course. And of course, we are very happy that the family continues to have its huge stamp on the Congress party, and we are extremely happy that Mrs. Sonia Gandhi's nominee selected. That's a great guarantee for the BJP that we shall rule forever as long as the family is there. Thank you so much. So, thank you, Karge, for winning. I'm very happy, yes. Shashi would have made brought so much of fresh air, a breath of fresh air into the entire political system. So I asked the organizers how long you want me to talk. Of course, there was no reply. I think it's knowing me, possibly you would have checked up, Mr. Paul Joseph would have checked up on my speeches. My shortest speech ever has been an hour and a half, the shortest. Look at, yeah, because I've greatly enjoyed my parliament speeches. But much more than being a minister, tourism minister of India, I enjoyed being a member of parliament, because As a minister, you are allowed to speak only when you are called on to speak. As a member of parliament, you could speak any time, and gives you so much of freedom. So I've just retired from parliament. I'm in New York for the birth of my granddaughter, who was born on the 4th of this month. So I'm greatly enjoying my grandfatherhood. I have a 2.5-year-old son. I wake him up in the morning, take him to the toilet. I give him brush his teeth, then take him to the school on my shoulder, because the school is just 5 minutes from Brooklyn, where my son lives. And then of course I get him back later, then I go for my jog in between. I still jog for 5 kilometers. How many of you jog? How many of you jog? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, this is the problem with Mandus. They eat, drink, sleep. I'm 69, I still jog. My wife outbeats me, she jogs 7 kilometers, then she does 1 hour yoga, she does then aerobics for an hour. And she's 60, not too young. So I was 70, which I thought was optimum kind of a weight for me, but I've come down to 64 kilos, so I think that's ideal. So this morning we went for the Halloween party, huge rally in Brooklyn, we went for that. And before that, when we were going to this thing called rally, my grandson was dressed as a dinosaur. For the past 2 weeks, he was acting out what a dinosaur could be, scaring everybody. All the houses on the way and half the people out there, they are dressed like a ghost, you know. Skeletons on their backs, ghosts, spiders. Father, what is happening to your country? I thought this was supposed to be celebration of an All Saints Day, isn't it? So all American ghosts turned into ghosts and spiders and skeletons. Is it true? I don't know. I don't know whether your work is producing any good fun. I seriously doubt. So it was interesting. Each country has its festivals which they borrow, give new meanings. So very happy to be here. So I was a career bureaucrat for 27 years in the IAS, district collector of Kottayam. Then I was a secretary to government, quit. And then one day I realized, why not be a policy maker instead of being somebody who just obeys what the politician says. But something really funny. Lot of bureaucrats in India complain that they are not allowed to do their work because politicians interfere. I don't know whether your senators interfere with politicians. You don't. Good politicians, good Democrats. In 27 years of my service in Delhi, in the IAS, no politician has ever called me. Never called me. So, if you really want to do your work, no excuses. You want to do it, you can just do it. That includes also a stint in Delhi as Commissioner of Delhi Development Authority, where some of you know, I knocked down 14,310 illegal mansions belonging to the mafia. Of course, my kids went to school under police protection. My wife went to the market under police protection. I carried a gun for 8 years, 24 hours when I'm awake and sleep. Still they beat my wife. My wife was left for dead. She survived. My kids got beaten up. I don't know whether you face Anakaplan such things here. So that's, a lot of people think being in the IAS, we are born with so much privileges, yes. And as a politician, I think a lot of people think that our only job is to rob the country, which is not true. We work so hard. I don't know how many of you really know. I became the MLA in the same district where I was a district collector. I was a very hard-working collector. Out of 4 years in Kottayam as collector, I won the best collector award for 3 years. But when I became the MLA, I quit IAS and I became MLA on 32nd day. Let me tell you, I had to work 10 times harder as the MLA of Kajirapalli. 10 times harder as a politician. So if everybody thinks that being an MLA, being a politician, all that we do is just smile around and wave hands, it's not true at all. So my tribute to both the senators here, I'm sure they come up the hard way, support their good work, and especially Anna, a political refugee from Iran. Oh my God, all my respects, all my tribute to be what you are. And of course a fellow Malu, born in Dubai, coming over here and becoming a senator. People, I think, appreciate their work. I think this land of America is a great land, or should I say was a great land? Till American politics became toxic. You know what I'm talking about. My son, who came to the US when he was 16, wanted to be a politician. He gave up a few years back when American politics became toxic. I don't want to name anything. Now that I'm not a minister and I've just retired from Parliament, I have the freedom to say this. Otherwise, my mouth will have to be shut. We need to detoxify politics. We need to. Not the color of the skin, not the religion, not your ethnicity. I think we got to talk about people who can deliver, who have the heart and soul, feel, weep for the poor, work for the industry, create jobs. I think these are the kind of people who need to get into politics. Can we have them? It's very doubtful. From the same constituency from where I resigned from the bureaucracy, I won on 32nd day with the 4th largest majority. I won the best MLA award. Even in the most literate state of Kerala, the most literate district of Kerala, I lost the election this time because the voting was on communal lines. Shocking, yes or no? Very shocking. But ultimately it comes to putting the stamp out there, which religion, which color. I think that's sad. Look at what is done. Look at just one thing that I have done. Made Kottayam the first 100% literate town in the country. Let me tell you one more thing. There are only 200 seats in medical colleges in Kerala. There are only 2,000 seats in engineering colleges in Kerala. When I was secretary to the government higher education, I created 200,000 seats engineering medical college. My single-handed contribution. Simple. One day I just issued orders. No minister, no cabinet, nothing. I just did it. Okay, my dear children out here, teach your children to see big dreams. This is one of the problems with Malayalis. We don't teach our children to see the big dream. We are pretty happy. Whatever I am, can you continue? Yes, I think we need to dream big. Let me tell you my background. I come from a village. My father was a school teacher with 9 children. My parents adopted 2 more from the orphanage. We became 11 children. Not because we were rich, no. We just middle class. I studied in a non-identified village, non-identified school. When I went to do the examination, class 10, which is the school final board exam, the principal said, call your father, ask your father to come. And I went and met the principal with my father. He called headmaster, he said, this kid is a dumb kid. He is not going to get through. Let him study 1 more year and next year he can do the exam. I said, I can't because there are girls in my class. I can't sit with my junior girls, isn't it? Finally, I managed to butter the clerk who was dealing with the application forms. I managed to get my application form through devious means. And when the results came, my God, there was big celebrations in my house. I passed, you know how much I got? 42%. What would happen in your homes? You know, when I was higher education secretary, a parent came to me very angry. He said, my daughter got only 499 out of 500. Lost 1 mark. Where is that 1 mark gone? You tell me. She got everything right, every comma, every full stop right. Where is it gone? God, crazy. There were celebrations in my house. Ladies and gentlemen, that's when I decided, everybody called me dumb, everybody called me useless. That's when I decided, sorry, I am not dumb, I am not dumb, I'm intelligent. God has created every child with plenty of intelligence. Yes or no, Father? There's nobody who's created dumb. I said, I am going to do it. When I wrote the civil service examination, I don't know, Senator, whether you know, the Indian Administrative Service, I don't know whether you know about it. 1.5 million people write the exam, and you know how many people get selected? 100 people. It's the most competitive exam in the world. So this 42%, when I was doing my IAS exams, I said, I am going to be the topper. How stupid, how presumptuous, isn't it? Yes or no? And when the results came, I topped the written examinations. Is it difficult? No. All in the mind. When I went to Missouri Academy where we get trained, I said, I'm not going to be a rubber stamp. I'm going to stand up for the poor people of this country. I'm going to stand up for the citizen. Is it difficult? Not at all. To do whatever I did, my dear people, it's very simple. You just need to have your backbone. Tell your children, my dear child, I don't care what percentages you get. Please keep your backbone. Don't be a slave. Think for yourself. Dream for yourself. And my dear parents, please don't tell your child, I want you to be a doctor and an engineer because that makes the biggest money. So tell your child, my dear child, you are born to change the world. You are born to make a difference. That's the title of my autobiography, Making a Difference. You, my dear child, you can make the huge difference. This is what I want every Malayali to tell your child, my dear child, you can become anything in the world. Now look at the Great Britain. They have outsourced the job of the Prime Minister to an Indian. Outsourced. Senator, if you want your president's job to be outsourced, sorry, we are available any day, any day. And there are plenty of people, kids out here who are willing to take up the job. Why not? But your constitution needs to be changed. Yeah, but there are a lot of Mandu kids who are born here. Why not? Yeah. So my dear people, dream big, stand up for your rights, fight for your rights wherever you are, and work very hard. But no point working like a donkey, okay? Please, for your heaven's sake. I'm sitting down studying. No way. Work smart. Take decisions. You know, for 40 years in my public life, I never gone home with a single fire on my table. Sorry. That fire is the soul of a person. There's a problem out there which needs to be sorted out today. And let me tell you how simple things are. When I was Commissioner for Entrance Examinations, Kerala. You know, this is admission to engineering and medical colleges. I was a commissioner to conduct the examination. It used to take 3 months for the results to be declared. We had only 24 people in my office. I told them, look here, we need to do this quickly. None of us went home. I got mattresses from my home. I told all the employees, 24 people only. I said, you can bring your children. I gave them mutton biryani, chicken biryani, Baskin Robbins ice cream. Installed a nice music system. I said, you guys can sing, dance. You know how many days we took to bring out the results? Instead of 3 months? 7 days. Is it possible? It's possible. So my dear people, thank you so much. Sorry, I can't entertain you with complicated words like Shashi Tharoor. It's a very charming man. Watch my speeches in Parliament, okay? Please, if you get time. How from being a dumb child, first time when I went up to speak on the stage for a debate, by the time I finished my speech, you know, initially there were 2,000 people, they started howling, then they started throwing paper on me, then they started throwing books on me, then finally when I finished my speech, there were 250 shoes on the stage. As a Syrian Christian, I should have started a retail shop actually, shoes. But I said, no, I want to be an orator. Eventually, I went back to my room, spoke to the wall, didn't win a prize for a long time. Eventually, I got small prizes. Eventually, for 3 years, I became the best national debater. Don't give up. Don't give up. God has given it to us, each of us. Let's believe in that. Walk with that confidence. Talk with that confidence. And we can change the world, ladies and gentlemen. We need to take away toxicity from international politics. This exclusion based on color. You see many countries in which right-wing is coming to power. Sorry, We are here for ourselves. Where did this ourselves come? That's why Senator Kaplan, in India, you know what is the basic Indian philosophy? Vasudeva Kudumbakam, which means the universe is one, not just man alone. Everything that's here, not just man. The rivers breathe, the trees breathe, they have life. So according to Indian philosophy, everything is part of one. We are all one. So let us all work together. This Malayali Samajam, ഇത്രയും ആൾക്കാർ ഇവിടെ വന്നതിൽ വളരെ സന്തോഷമുണ്ട്. ഇവിടെ കോട്ടയംകാർ ഒത്തിരി പേരുണ്ടെന്ന് എനിക്കറിയാം. സോറി, ഐ ആം ബ്രേക്കിംഗ് ഇൻ ടു മലയാളം. വളരെ സന്തോഷമുണ്ട് ഇത്രയും വർഷം ഒരുമിച്ച് നിൽക്കുക. സാധാരണ 3 മലയാളികൾ ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ 2 സമാജം ഉണ്ടാകേണ്ടതാണ്. ഇവിടെ ഏതാണ്ട് 10,000 പേര് വന്നിരിക്കുന്നു. Paul, I don't know how you manage to keep them together. എത്ര പേര് ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരുമിച്ച് നിൽക്കുന്നു എന്ന് എനിക്ക് തന്നെ മനസ്സിലാവുന്നില്ല. ഇവിടെ തന്നെ ഇന്ന് പൂര തല്ലുണ്ടാകേണ്ടതായിരുന്നു. ഇത് തുടങ്ങുന്നതിന് മുമ്പ് തന്നെ ആ തല്ലുണ്ടാകുന്നില്ല. പൂര തെറിയേക്കേണ്ടതായിരുന്നു. ഇതൊന്നുമില്ലാതെ മനോഹരമായി ഈ ഫംഗ്ഷൻ ഇവിടെ നടക്കുന്നതിൽ വളരെ സന്തോഷമുണ്ട്. നിങ്ങളുടെ എല്ലാ ജീവിതത്തിൽ ധാരാളം സന്തോഷമുണ്ടാകട്ടെ എന്ന് ആശംസിക്കുന്നു. നിങ്ങളുടെ കുടുംബത്തിൽ നിങ്ങളുടെ പിള്ളേരൊക്കെ വലിയ സ്വപ്നങ്ങൾ കൊണ്ട് വളർന്നു വന്ന് ഇപ്പൊ ഇരിക്കുന്ന മോളിരിക്കുന്ന അവരെ പേരൊന്നും ഞാൻ പറയുന്നില്ല, തട്ടി മാറ്റിയിട്ട് ഒക്കെ ആ പൊസിഷനിലൊക്കെ എത്തട്ടെ എന്നൊക്കെ ആശംസിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ഈ അവസാന നിമിഷമാണെങ്കിലും മറ്റേ ആ വലിയൊരു മനുഷ്യന്റെ റീപ്ലേസ്മെന്റ് ആയിട്ട് എനിക്ക് വരാൻ പറ്റിയില്ലെങ്കിലും എന്നെ ഇവിടെ ക്ഷണിച്ചതിന് എല്ലാവർക്കും നന്ദി പറയുന്നു. താങ്ക് യു സോ മച്ച്. പ്ലീസ് ഡോണ്ട് ഇൻവൈറ്റ് മീ ഫോർ എനി അതർ ഫംഗ്ഷൻ. ഓക്കെ, പ്ലീസ്. ഐ ആം ഹിയർ ഇൻ ന്യൂയോർക്ക് ഫോർ another 7th of November. Please don't invite me again for any other function. I am here doing the grandfathering job. I am greatly enjoying it. I come very rarely, so thank you so much, and I am greatly honored to be here. Thank you so much.
Request all of the presidents to be on the side so we can actually move faster. So once again, we should do this, right?
Yeah.
Right? Yes? Yes, we should acknowledge and honor all our former presidents. So we call upon the names. So on Professor Joseph Cherivelil, 1972. Wow. That's an amazing year, sir. We are honored and we are so proud that you could do this in that year of 1972. So let's welcome Professor Joseph Cherivelil onto the stage. Thank you, and we request all the presidents as they come to remain standing on the stage. Next is Mr. P. Somasundaram, 1974. In his absence, we are going to move forward. Mr. C.S. Pittumani, 1977. In his absence, we are again going to move forward. Mr. A.K. Balakrishna Pillai, 1978. Okay.
We're moving on fast.
We are really moving on fast. Thank you, sir, for your patience. So again, over to Mrs. Lilikutti Illikal, 1979 and 1993. Okay, in our absence, we're going to move on. Mr. Baby Thotukadaval, 1980. Please welcome Mr. Baby Thotukadaval. Over to Mr. Babu Pithovas, 1987. In his absence, over to P. Udayabaru, Mr. P. Udayabaru, 1988. Mr. Cheriyan Palatala, 1991. Mr. Sunil Kurampala, 1986 and 1996. Please welcome Mr. Sunil Kurampala over to the stage. Palatara, 1991.
All right, so we'll move on to someone who is here. I know he is standing right in front of me. Shaju Sam. Mr. Shaju Sam, 1994 and 2017. And also the current Board of Trustee Chairman. Please give him a round of applause, please. Mr. Jojo Thomas from 1997. I believe he's not here. Mr. Jose Chumar. It's not here. From 2002. Mrs. Leela Merritt, 2004 and the current committee member. Mr. Chako Koila, 2005. And also, that will be followed by Mrs. Saroja Varghese, 2006. Mrs. Saroja Varghese. I also request at this time Mr. Paul Karagapalli, 2007, and also he is the program coordinator. Mr. Varghese Pothanikar, 2008 and 2018, he is also the current Board of Trustee member. I hear the applause is getting weaker and weaker. Mr. Vinod KRK, 2009 President. And also Mr. Vincent Syriac, 2010, 2019, 2020, current Board of Trustee member.
Mr. Sunny Panikar, 2011 and the current Board of Trustee member. Please welcome Mr. Sunny Panikar. Next we have Mr. John Paul, 2012. Mr. Varghese Lucas, 2013. Next we have Mr. Thomas Samuel, 2015.
Please line up in such a way that we're going to take a photo up right after this.
Next we have Dr. Jacob Thomas, 2016. In his absence, we are moving forward. We have Mr. Varghese K. Joseph, 2021, and current Board of Trustee member. And here we have the most prominent person of this year is 2022, Mr. Paul Charles, the current president of Kerala SAMAJAM. So this is a picture moment. We are going to all stand in a line and then take pictures, and soon after this we'll be honoring the executive committee members.
So all those executive committee members, please come to the side of the stage.
Can we also call upon Honorable Senator Kevin Thomas and Honorable Senator Anna Kaplan, and also our Honorable Legislator Dr. Annie Paul to come up on stage.
Thank you for this opportunity. Honorable Alphonse Kanathanam, please remain on the stage. Yes, please.
While we're waiting, let's give one more round of applause to our former presidents. Of course, it's their hard working, their tireless work has actually led this organization towards the 50th celebrations.
As we honor the executive committee members, Mr. Paul Jones, the president, I know he's not going to get a second plaque at this time.
But we still request him to stand.
But I think, his timing was perfect. Don't you think so? The 50th, the celebration that he is here, he is the president of Kerala SAMAJAM. Anyway, give him a round of applause because it's him first. Next we have the Secretary, Mary Phillip. Next we have Philippos K. Joseph, Treasurer, and he is also the Finance Coordinator. Next on the line is C.P. David, Vice President and Cultural Coordinator. Hema Chandran, Joint Secretary and also the Banquet Coordinator. This is Leela Merritt, the committee member. Yeah, that's a good move.
And also we're doing this way so our honorable chief guest can take a short break while standing there, because yes, I felt like it was a little too much to hand over all that plaque, but it is much needed to. And thank you so much for all your patience, okay? And
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Benny Thieria, the committee member. And we have Shaji Verghese, Greenpoint, committee member. Biju John, committee member and chief editor. John K. George, committee member. George Uti, committee member. Deepu Paul, committee member. On behalf of Deepu Paul, Philippos K. Joseph will receive the plaque. Next we have Saji Thomas, the auditor. And also we have Maman Abraham, who is the auditor. We have Carson Verghese, media coordinator. Last but not least, Mr. Paul Karagapalli, program coordinator. Give them a very warm round of applause, please.
Also, we have to give two more plaques in addition to what we have given here. The next one is our Denzel George. A plaque, raise the plaque, please.
Wow, that's great.
And Sharon Abraham. Please give both of them a big applause because they deserve it. They support Kerala Samajam of Greater New York and their service is so much appreciated.
We also have the Board of Trustees. Now we have the Chairman of Board of Trustees, Shaju Sam. Now we also have three more committee members, or I should say Board of Trustee members. Verghese Pothanikar, Sunny Panikar, Vincent Siriak, Verghese K. Joseph. I guess because you all have received a plaque, we just want you to come to the stage and be with us for a photo op.